My name is Jason Bryan. I'm the plant superintendent in our Columbus, Ohio facility. So we started our journey about 7 years ago. Our first conversations were with L2L were 8 years ago. It kind of took us about a year to make a decision and settle on leading to lean, and then 7 years since we did our first plant implementation. We actually had all this data building up and nobody knew how to extract it anymore. So it was that, we needed to get 9 plants on board with one standard system and then start leveraging that data across sites, because we have so much similar equipment that, we were losing a really big piece of opportunity in that area. It was the sheer number of features and the flexibility of the system. We did whiteboards, and at the end of every shift, you erase the whiteboard. With the operator portal, holy cow, we have a digital whiteboard that you can go back later and even search that data through the report system. That was something that just blew our mind, along with we had the dispatch system where we were going to be able to capture downtime in a sortable fashion. So we put it into their hands immediately during that first 2 weeks sort of where we're training our team and we're loading our data and all of that stuff. As soon as we loaded data and we said, okay, we got this, we got the basics that we need to go with, we went straight to the floor and started doing training, and we stayed on site to support them. And then that was just fantastic. So it was get everybody in, get everybody on board, and let's get started. Let's not waste a moment. Let's speed to implementation and sort of like speed to improvement. Per plant, I would say really to get everyone up and running, once their data is loaded and things like that, we were within 2 weeks of up and running, and actually kind of using all levels of it, where even our maintenance planners, our department managers were using data. As soon as we were getting like 2 or 3 days of data, we pushed them really hard on, okay, let's find something. You got to pay your workforce back. They paid you in information, now you're going to pay back. And you're going to go out and fix something for them, no matter how small, so that they know you're using your data. It's tough to say because it depends who the customer was. Was it the operator on the line? They loved the dispatch and they loved being able to give us the feedback. This is why I didn't meet my goal. This needs to be fixed. The maintenance folks found it so easy compared to our legacy systems on filling out their maintenance paperwork, on issuing parts. So it's every different group had some piece of it they really gravitated to and they liked. And when we got into implementations, it was kind of hard, because the more we gave them right off the bat, it's like the more they wanted immediately. It was tough to keep up with the speed of the workforce. And we create a lot of excitement. Some of that was around our leadership too, was putting that in place and getting that buy-in pretty quick. And then it was hard to hold them back. We find that we have maintainers at home checking on how their line is doing, right? And they see some comments from the mechanic that may be running their line at the time and what he's struggling with. They will text that person directly now and help them out. Even on their day off, they check in, how's my line doing? It's that level of connectivity, the guy that gets up in the morning, has a cup of coffee, checks his phone and gets a hold of his buddy who's working that day and says, hey, I've seen this before, it's in dispatch number, da-da-da. He may send him a link, or he just tells him real quick in text how to fix it. That's a level of connectivity I never would have imagined, having in this business. I've been in this business for like 32 years. It blows my mind now that we get that. It's not only connectivity, it's then that engagement piece coming in. Our throughput is definitely up at, or just pure, productivity is up. But our quality metrics have improved also, because we've done a lot with our quality checks and making them in interactive checklists, pictures and very detailed description on how to perform a quality check. Because getting into that level of detail, it used to be on SOP, buried in a drawer someplace. People got trained on it, maybe when they first got into a job, but having it available every single time that they do it, that information that they can reference. Maybe they haven't been on that line, had to do that quality check in quite a while. To have that quick reference in the interactive checklist, boom, right away, information available, and stuff like that helps improve, a metric like what's your first pass, yield and things like that. So I would say that we were seeing value in the first 6 months. I think it was really hard to do, but I would say we had like a payback, full payback on our implementation in about the first 2 years. Yeah, so our division has recently taken on 4 new plants. So we're working through an implementation right now with those 4 new plants. We have one that's definitely up and running, one next week that's gonna kind of start getting their feet wet. So, and we got 4 coming immediately, and some plans on in another division, you know, trying out L2L and kind of seeing how it adapts to that process and what that looks like. So yeah, a lot of future plans. Yeah, I'm really excited about the team board, just because we are religious about Tier 1 and Tier 2 meetings. So we have Tier 1 meetings at 6:30 a.m. and p.m., 7 days a week. That team board, I think, is something really exciting for us to be able to dive into that, because it brings together right now several screens that we have set up ahead of time. And we go in and we talk about this screen, the safety cross. We go in and we have a filtered HFI, or, you know, like quality type dispatch. So we follow that pretty close going down the line. So I think it'll wrap it up into one screen that's got some drill downs for us. And then it's got, it looks like some handoff notes out there, which is something we miss right now. We can add that in at that time. So I think that's something we look forward to quite a bit.